I don't know where Bricc Baby found his lawyer at. I don't know. But this is not...
And he got Pooh Shiesty lawyer, don't he?
Bricc Baby's fault. This is his lawyer's fault. His lawyer is supposed to spot this. His lawyer is supposed...
Man, hell no, man. That ain't Bricc Baby. That is Bricc Baby fault, bro. Cause he ain't had no business getting his ass locked up, first of all. YouTube. Fam Bam was popping, man. So we back, bro. We back, man. Today is a good day, bro. I can't count with y'all. Today a great day, man. I'm ready for the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about going to my mom Duke High, doing a little fish fry, man. Me and my wife, we ain't been down there in a minute, bro. So I'm thinking about going to my mom Duke High, do a little fish fry Saturday, see what she got going on. My mom be working like hell, boy. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna count my pop, like, he's a workaholic also, but my mom, she's very ambitious, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess once you mix the two of them, bro, you get king done. You dig what I'm saying? Anyway, before we hop into this content, man, we gotta hop into this Bricc Baby content, man. They say free the brick, not the trick. You dig what I'm saying? So we're gonna hop into the Bricc Baby content. But before we do, right, I just want to tell y'all this, bro, because I'm not gonna say I'm an open book, bro, but I do believe my purpose in life is to motivate people, man. And I think that's why God allowed me to go through certain situations and certain tests in life. It's not even about me. And once I realized that, bro, my life began to get a lot better. Like, it's not even about me. You know what I mean? It's about what I can show other people through my shortcomings. You know what I mean? Because it's always light at the end of the tunnel. And this is what I want to say to you guys, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a firm believer in Christ. You know what I mean? I believe in Jesus. You know what I'm saying? I believe in the Savior. You feel me? And I believe that when you have a firm belief, the enemy is going to attack you more. That's just a fact. You know what I'm saying? That's just a fact. I don't care how you put it, bro. Like, the devil ain't in the club, bro. The devil ain't in the club, gang. Because the devil, he already got the club. If you're having a bad day, don't allow that bad day to make you have a bad week. You know what I'm saying? Don't allow that bad week to make you have a bad month, make you have a bad year, make you have a bad life. Because the enemy only wins when you basically thrown off your rocker forever. You did. Say for instance, you going through some gang, then you start smoking crack. The enemy don't want, gang. Or you going through some gang and you done told yourself, I'm not gonna drink no alcohol for 3 months, and then you go through a little situation, bro, and you go get a bottle of Hennessy. He done won. You know what I mean? And then you become an alcoholic. He don't want. So the quickest thing you can do when you having a crazy day, bro, is to restart, rebrand, refocus, reset. Straight up and down, bro. Because tomorrow got to come, man. And get what, gang, ain't gonna be a brighter day, no cap. I ain't mean to talk y'all. But anyway, we gotta get into this Bricc Baby content, bro, and y'all know we got nobody no other than my bro, Poetic Flacco. We got Poetic Flacco. We got Poetic Flacco. I don't wanna hear nothing about no Casio, whatever the hell that is.
But if you want to get paid by predicting
damn, Flacco, come on with the content, man. I don't give a damn about that shit, man. Trying to predicting the damn weather, man.
Baby was initially arrested during Operation Drawdown. That's the operation that seen Big U get indicted, Loose Cannon get indicted. Now, Bricc Baby was never involved or included in the Big U RICO that Loose Cannon and other neighborhood 60s were. The grand jury returned a multiple count indictment on Bricc Baby. The first count was being in possession of spent shell casings that he shot in a public parking lot in July 12th of 2022. He was
Why would this nigga keep the shell case, though?
The second count they hit Bricc Baby with was being in possession of firearms and ammunition as a felon. Now, they listed a bunch of things they found at Bricc Baby house. I'm not gonna go through every single one of them. But when you go down the list and actually read what they discover at Bricc Baby's house, the list would make you think that this was a raid they did in Baghdad or something, bro. I didn't know that civilians walked around with ammunition like this and guns like this. It was crazy.
First of all, Bricc ain't no damn civilian, man. Stop the cap, Big Flock. Frederick Jolly is his real name. Stop the cap, bro. Bricc Baby is not a civilian. Bricc Baby is a rolling 60s Crip. And he is a very notoriable rolling 60 Crip, bro. Which means that he's put in a lot of work. Which means that if the ops catch him, they gonna nail him to the pavement. So stop trying to paint Bricc out to be like this great guy because you want your homie out of jail. That nigga was a piece of shit. Yeah, I mean, when it comes to, you know what I'm saying, terrorizing the communities, you know what I mean? Like, we gotta call spade, right? That nigga said we putting kill squad in the street.
Now, Bricc Baby realized fairly shortly they got a lot on me, and they worked out a plea deal. Now, when the plea deal was announced, it was very hopeful to a lot of people who was behind the scenes who care for Bricc Baby, because it was presented to us, based on this plea deal, Bricc Baby would essentially get about 5 years, probably be home in about 2 years.
So apparently he's going to find out how long he gets next month. So likely what's going to happen is he's accepted it.
Man, these niggas patting him like a pack of sardines. God damn, why so many of them in there? I remember that guy, the Brandon Slayer. That was so goddamn lame. He lamed his way out of the No Jumper podcast space. Like, that's lame as hell, the Brandon Slayer.
His plea, he's accepted the conditions that are in there that are basically breaking down the potential maximum guidelines. He's probably now going to have to file for bail, and he's going to await his sentencing. But hopefully, we've been waiting for this for a long time, and I'm glad that we're not seeing any more serious, crazy charges. It's looking like all that he's really faced on this situation is these guns and ammunition. And, you know, frankly, I'm gassed that we're not seeing any violence. We're not seeing any other more serious allegations in there, especially considering how serious a lot of the allegations were surrounding this whole Big U case with the whole Rolling 60s RICO. It was looking very serious. So to me, this is looking like it's pretty healthy, and hopefully we're going to be seeing Bricc back outside very soon, man, because, you know what I mean, it's right now it's firearms, it's ammunition, you know, nobody's getting hurt.
The feds was probably watching this laughing their butt off, man, because at this time, nobody, even Bricc Baby, didn't know the feds just pulled a fast one on him. And what he thought he was going to get was nowhere close to what the feds planned on trying to get him.
Damn.
Now, Bricc Baby will find out when he went to his next court date to talk about what his sentence was going to be. And it was at this court date he found out the feds was trying to give him 115 months minimum. So Bricc filed a motion like, yo, they tricked me. Yo, they trying to...
115 months. What is that? 115 months. Hey, I'll tap in on my vlogging channel too, man. Life with the Done. Okay, what my calculator? 115 months. 115 divided by 12. Oh, that's at 9 years, man. That nigga, he can do 9 years, nigga. Bricc, you can't do 9 years. Bricc, not that trick.
Give me 115 months. What are y'all doing? And the motion that Bricc filed says, yo, the government has now abandoned the framework entirely. The framework that I thought I was going to get sentenced under, they completely abandoned it. They tricked me. Now, Bricc Baby and his lawyers would say in its sentencing memorandum filed December 5th, 2025, the government adopted probation's calculation of a total offense level of 23 and a guideline range of 92 to 115 months. That's roughly double what Bricc Baby was led to believe he faced when he agreed to plead guilty. Bricc Baby then files a motion, and he says, listen, they tricked me. This is not cool. I want another judge to sentence me, or I want to abandon this plea deal, and I want to take it to trial. And the prosecution and the state said, oh, really? Oh, word? Where did we trick you at, Bricc Baby? That's what they said. Show us where did we trick you. Show us the proof. Bricc said, I got the proof. I got the evidence. I kept the receipts of where y'all tricked me at. They said, show it to us then. Show us where we tricked you. And they sat back and they said, give him an extension of the deadline. We want to see where we tricked him at. So Bricc Baby and his attorney gathered up the paperwork and they brought it to court and they said, Your Honor, here is the email. Here's the documents. The first piece of evidence they provided to the court was this email. Now, before Bricc Baby accepted the plea deal, his attorney reached out to get an understanding of what they'll be pushing for and what type of time he can expect. Because, you know, obviously that plays a factor in whether or not he's going to accept the plea deal or not. So they responded back to Bricc Baby's attorney, pretty much estimating his base offense level. The base offense level is essentially, in layman terms, how big of a criminal Bricc Baby is. And they factor in his prior criminal history to get the base offense level. So if we both commit the same crime, however, your criminal history have relevant conduct, well, your base offense level will be higher. and you will get more time than me. So the email reads, if I'm doing the grouping rules correctly, I think the court will use 22 as the offense level, and there won't be any upward adjustment for multiple counts because the other counts are too low. With acceptance of responsibility, that would mean the total offense level is 19. But yes, the court will be able to consider the other conduct generally as sentencing. The reason why we wanted to include it in this case is because if he is going to accept responsibility, we would rather not have to file a new indictment against him or anything fraud related. You're about to witness in real time how deceptive and tricky these people are. So Bricc Baby asked for a pre-plea report because the email is informal. They can say whatever in the email. The pre-plea report is something more formal, more legally binding for the most part. And he could present the pre-plea report and say, yo, this is what I was told. The email is just them like, yeah, you may get this, may not get this, who knows. But the pre-plea report would have been more formal. They tell Bricc Baby, yeah, we have no objection to doing the pre-plea report if you want it. Although, unfortunately, we don't know how long that would take. And if you're trying to get this over with and sentence as fast as possible, then, the pre-plea report might get in the way of that. They even laid it even more thick on Bricc Baby. They said, listen, all right, we have to list in the sentencing guidelines that you are a career offender. But check this. They told Bricc Baby, I agree. I don't think he's a career offender. We just have to include that in the plea agreement so that he's advised his guidelines theoretically could defer in that situation, right? It could, theoretically.
Man, Flacco got to be the police, bro. How the hell I don't know what none of this mean, bro. I don't even know what I'm looking at. I'm trying to make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. The only thing I can get out of this is that Bricc should have kept his ass out them folk way. I mean, nigga, you don't want to go to jail, nigga. Don't become a gangbanger. Like
change, but everything can theoretically change. That's just mumble jumble. It means nothing. Don't even worry about it. Nobody thinks Bricc Baby is a career offender. That's what they're telling Bricc Baby to get him to sign that plea deal. Bricc Baby would also provide some documents that shows that the feds told him, hey, you would only be pleading guilty to count 2. We'll dismiss count 1, and we will reject and prosecute you for the FEMA fraud. Bricc says, y'all told me y'all would dismiss the other 2 charges, but I show up to court and you guys is bringing that up. What, what's going on here? Y'all tricked me. The Fed says, no, we didn't. Did you read your plea agreement? Did you read it? No? Okay. Let's go through it. So the Feds just responded back to Bricc Baby today. They responded back with their response. And they essentially laid out how they tricked Bricc Baby into accepting a plea deal that he had no idea he was accepting. Bricc Baby was expecting to be classified as a Category 19 criminal for layman terms because the average person don't know what a BOL or a PSR is. So Bricc Baby thought that because of his plea deal, he'll be categorized as a Category 19 criminal. How did he get 19? Well, the base level offense, right? The base offense level would be 20. The enhancements for having multiple firearms as a felon would be +2. You get to 22. You take away 3 for accepting the plea deal and taking accountability and responsibility. So they take away 3, and that's how you get 19. And with the 19, he will qualify for a sentence as low as 5 years. But the feds did some tricky math to make sure Bricc Baby actually gets categorized as a Category 23 criminal that would demand a sentence of 115 months, at minimum 92 months. And remember when they told him, don't worry about the career criminal disclaimer, that's nothing. Well, that's the first thing they brought up. These folks told Bricc Baby, well, if you read the document, in paragraph 12, we stated that defendant and the USAO reserved the right to argue that additional specific offense characteristics, adjustments, and departure under the sentencing guidelines are appropriate. Paragraph 12 also contained a carve-out stating that the base offense level could be increased if defendant is a career offender or an armed career criminal, or if defendant has additional prior convictions for either a crime of violence or a controlled substance offense under blank, 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 blank. If defendant's base level is so altered, defendant and the USAO would not be bound by the base offense level agreed to above. Bricc Baby and the feds both agreed that his base offense level would be 20. Bricc Baby believed that if my base offense level is 20 and they gave me a +2 enhancement for the multiple firearms and they take away 3 due to me accepting the plea deal and taking accountability, that puts me at 19. The feds, when they was offering Bricc Baby that, they already knew they was about to cook Bricc Baby with the other stuff because they have like Bricc Baby's full criminal history already. So nothing they saw after that plea deal surprised them. They already had his entire criminal record. And Bricc Baby tried to argue that, like, hold on, y'all already had my criminal record. What you y'all gave me my base offense level and y'all told me I could expect this. Y'all already had my criminal history. Nothing y'all found afterwards is surprising y'all. And the feds said, we don't know what to tell you, buddy. You agreed to this. But here's where they really cooked Bricc Baby, man. And
damn, Bricc.
Bro. They said, Bricc, if you look at your plea agreement, which I'll be real, why is Bricc Baby's lawyer surprised by any of this? Isn't the lawyer supposed to be the one who do their homework? The feds says, hey, Bricc, if you look at your plea agreement, you pled guilty to count 2. Felon in possession of firearms and ammunition in violation of the 18 USC. And you admit to certain additional relevant conduct. Even though we dismiss count 1 and the FEMA fraud charges, we agree not to prosecute you for them. Well, sir, you, in your plea deal, you agreed to omit additional relevant conduct. So even though you were not prosecuted for it, you still admitted to your parts in count 1 and the FEMA fraud. And because you admitted to it, you agreed as relevant conduct, well, we can factor that in on your base offense level. They says, right, you admitted to certain additional relevant conduct, including his count 1 conduct and uncharged FEMA fraud. In exchange, the government agreed, among other things, to move to dismiss count 1 as sentencing and not to further prosecute defendant for the fraud-related conduct. The government did not agree, however, to recommend any particular sentence. I don't know where Bricc Baby found his lawyer at. I don't know. But this is not...
and he got Pooh Shiesty lawyer, don't he?
Bricc Baby's fault. This is his lawyer's fault. His lawyer is supposed to spot this. His lawyer is supposed...
Man, hell no, man. That ain't Bricc Baby. That is Bricc Baby's fault, bro. Because he ain't had no business getting his ass locked up, first of all. You feel me? Like, straight up and down, bro. Like, he is... like the catechist, however you say that shit. He the reason, gang. He the reason that the feds doing him like this, bro. The only thing Bricc can do now, he gotta tell on Big U or tell on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Tell on somebody. One thing about it, he should be mad at, if he gonna be mad at anybody, he should be mad at No Jumper and Adam 22, man, and himself. Because he did so much on the internet, bro. Like, the feds had to go get Bricc, bro. They had to go get Bricc Baby. So what he need to do, he need to go ahead on, you know what I'm saying, and just do his time, man. 115 months, that ain't that bad, nigga. That 9 years. How old y'all think Bricc? Bricc probably 32. You know what I'm saying? At the most, he probably 35. You know, you still got time to live. You done had your kids. You feel me? You still, like, come on. It ain't like you 15 or 14 and they done threw your ass a whole 40 ball, 37 ball, or 50 ball. No, gang. You gonna get out, gang. You gonna get out, you know what I'm saying? And get what? Things still gonna be rolling, just how it was, bro. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta know when to hold them, know when to fold them, bro. But you signed up for this life. You signed up for this lifestyle, Bricc. Bricc not the trick. You got your ass tricked by the feds, man. And I don't be getting it. Like, these gangbangers, these criminals, man, they do all this thugging and things of that nature, and then they get in there and trust the police, trust the feds with their life, nigga. Man, come on, man. You crazy, man. Anyway, though, y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, though, folk, in the comment section down below, man. Don't forget to like that vid. Don't forget to subscribe. After you subscribe, make sure you ring that bell. After y'all ring it up, make sure you hit all so you don't miss these bangers. Also, hit that hype button for the kid. You feel me? Mob life or no life. Mob will no way. Y'all know how we coming. OTM, we're going to get it out the mud every single day. That's all we know how to do, folk. That's all we know how to do, man. We're going to work it till we make it, man. We're going to faith it till we make it, man. You know what I mean? All you need is God, gang. All you need is you and God, gang. And if you got a few more people that believe in you, bro, that's just a bonus, my nigga, to keep going. You dig? Hey, shout out Bricc, though. Hopefully Bricc make it out of this okay. You know what I'm saying? But if he don't, He brought it on himself. For shit show. See y'all in that video, folks. Let's get it. Gang. You know we got the streets, nigga. We got the trap too. I say my trap doing numbers. I just bust another jewel. Got a player around the corner. Hey. I say my trap doing numbers like that 05 summer. Got a quarter pound on me. Hey. The trap doing numbers.